All right, hello everyone. This is Houston Hamilton, and what I want to talk to you about now is the dental plan options that you have this year for the 2011 benefit program for MyFit Foods. We've gone with the Guardian as the carrier for the dental plan, and there's actually a dual option plan that's being made available to you. So there's two different plan designs, and I want to point out, and I'll bring this up again in just a minute before we close this session, that of the two plan designs, on the DHMO, which is a dental HMO plan, it's listed on the slide as prepaid, which is the first one that you see. Depending upon what area of the country that you're in, this one may not be available. So make sure to check the program guides within the dental section on this site to make sure that depending upon what part of the country that you are housed in, whether this particular plan is even available to you. Having said that, let me go through a little bit about these two plans and how they're put together. On the DHMO or prepaid plan, it is a plan that operates on a fee schedule, fee for service type schedule. There is not an annual deductible, and when you go in to have your routine, let's say cleanings done a couple of times a year, or if you're going in for a visit to get a cavity filled or something like that, you pay a $5 copay for that visit as opposed to a deductible on the annualized basis. You'll also notice on the slide outlining and showing you both plans, the annual benefit maximum, it's unlimited. So in the traditional PPO plan design, which you see to the right there, which is what most of you are familiar with, you do have an annual maximum in terms of how much money that the plan would pay in benefits for a particular plan year. On this one, it's an unlimited amount. You'll also notice that within the section or the services being rendered, I should say, instead of it being 100% preventive and then 80% basic and things of that nature, you'll notice that it's simply a fee for service. Now within the forms section of the site, we actually have posted there what we call the EPOD from Guardian for both the dental and the vision plans. And within that document, you can go in and look at the actual fees, the fee structure for the different types of services that might be performed by a planned dentist. So now your preventive care, most of that would be taken care of at no charge other than the office visit copay. And then you notice right below it on the slide, things like routine fillings. It's maybe an $8 per tooth or per filling copay. Root canals, major restorative type work, most of that's still going to be done at a significant discount from what we would call usual and customary rates. But again, if you look at that fee schedule, it is a definable fee. It's something that you could look up in the EPOD or obviously consult with your provider on what that service is going to cost in terms of your direct out-of-pocket cost, and then you simply pay that at the point of service. In addition, from the perspective of orthodontic work, orthodontia for children is included, and you'll notice there on the slide $2,500 copay. Also, though, in the prepaid plan, orthodontics is available for adults as well. So for the actual employee, for yourself, if you are in need of orthodontic work, you can also have that done. And when you look in that EPOD, you'll notice it's typically a $2,800 charge. If you've ever had that done or looked at it, I've had, two kids go through it, actually 3. We've had 3 out of 4 that have had it done. That's about a $4,000 to $5,000 procedure. And so you'll notice this is roughly about a 50% copay based on usual and customary rates. Now, when I combine that, contrast that with the PPO type platform, which is what, again, most of you are used to, there is a calendar year deductible. It is 3 times. So as Jason was talking about earlier on 3 times the maximums on your medical plan, this would work the same. So for a family of 1, 2, or 3, when you go to the dentist the first time in a given year, you're going to pay $50 worth of a deductible to get started. If you have more than 3 members in the family, once 3 have paid that deductible, then say the fourth one would not have to pay the deductible, and so forth. No office visit copay, but then you run into a traditional plan design. So preventive care would be paid at 100%. Basic care, you'll see in the EPOD, things like fillings would be paid at an 80-20 split. They pay 80 and you pay 20. Major and restorative would be paid at 50-50. So they pay 50% and you pay 50%, up to that plan maximum, and you'll notice the annual benefit maximum of $1,000 per year. Also of note, in the prepaid plan, there is no out-of-network benefit. So if this particular plan design is attractive to you and you decide you want to sign up for it, two things. When you're filling out your application, you'll note that you'll have to pick a provider up front on this one. Now, if you pick a provider and you go to that first visit and you don't like them and you want to change them, say, hey, I never want to see this guy again, that's okay. You can go back into Guardian's website, and I'm going to tell you how to access that. Pick another provider and then simply notify Guardian of the provider change, and you would be eligible to go to the new provider the first day of the following month. So basically 30 days notice, and you can change the provider, but you do have to pick one up front. If you don't pick one, they'll pick one for you. So please do make sure to pick a provider and place that on your application. On the value PPO plan, there is out-of-network benefits, or are out-of-network benefits, but I need to point this out to you. The PPO network is actually fairly extensive, but if you've had a dentist, for several years and maybe they're not in the plan, two things there. Number one, we can work with Guardian and see if maybe we can get that dentist into the network. But regardless of that, you could still go to your dentist, but the benefits that would be payable by the plan, by Guardian, they will pay according to the fee schedule that they would have paid to an in-network provider. What that means to you is that you do have out-of-network benefits, but you may be balanced billed for any difference in what Guardian would have paid the in-network provider versus what your out-of-network provider has charged. So please be aware of that. You'll also notice under major and restorative there, under Crown, orthodontics. Orthodontics, again, 50% as a major type situation, up to $1,000 lifetime maximum, right? So if the procedure is, $5,000 usual and customary, and the discounted rate for that brings it down to, say, $2,500, $3,000, whatever that number is, I'm not sure, but whatever that discounted rate is, sort of in network, they're going to be splitting with you, but they're only going to pay $1,000 towards that. I'm not saying that that's bad or good, I'm just saying be aware. And of course that also ties to the annual maximum benefit. So if you have a child that's receiving that type of care, they'll help you with it to that $1,000 maximum, but that will also max out the plan benefits for that plan year. You'd have to wait till the following year for cleanings and things of that nature to come up and be payable again. Under the prepaid plan, of course, that is not the case. There is no annual maximum under the prepaid plan. Now, how to look up the networks. It's in the EPOD. There's a sheet that outlines that, but I want to bring it to your attention here as well. If you go to guardianlife.com, when you pull up that main page, if you look to the right-hand side, you'll see a box that's sort of grayed out, and you'll look in there and find Provider Online Search. Once you click there, it'll open up a window that will ask you what type of plan that you're looking up providers for. Obviously, in this case, I'm looking for dental, so I pick dentists. Within the next section, I'll tell it what plan that I'm under, either the prepaid, the DHMO, or the PPO value plan. From there, I will need to let the program know what network that I'm in. If I'm in the DHMO, it's going to be the Managed Dental Guard Network. And then obviously if it's the PPO, you'll have the network drop down there. There's really only one choice. I'm not even sure why they put a drop down box there, to be honest with you. But the networks are also outlined on your EPOD on the first sections of the outlines. Once you get in there, you can search by radius from your home. You can search by particular specialties, by the person's name. There's several ways to search for a dentist. If you're looking for a DHMO provider and you're picking one, and you're picking that plan, you'll notice that there is a provider code by their name. You'll need to record that code number on your application to complete your app. And again, as Jason mentioned, there's contact information here on the site, including the application that you would need to download, as well as where to submit and how to submit the application for the dental plan. Obviously, if you have any questions, let us know, but the EPOD is fairly comprehensive in the plan outlines as well as the pricing for the different options. Okay, on this slide we've outlined for you the premiums on a biweekly basis for the dental plan component. So the prepaid plan, employee only $545 per paycheck. On the PPO value for an employee, $11.23 a paycheck, and so forth. Also note that within the plan structure, we have also put together what's called a Section 125 plan for MyFit Foods. So what that means, and you notice at the bottom of the slide it says pre-tax, your contribution to the dental and the vision, the amount of premium that you're paying for that, as well as for your portion of the medical premium and some of the supplementals as well, are coming out of your payroll on a pre-tax basis. This is a great benefit that MyFit Foods has done for you. What it essentially means is that those dollars are coming out before the application of payroll tax, and for most of you, those two components are going to be about 7.65% for FICA, and roughly for most of you, based on your tax bracket, around 19 to 20% on the federal withholding rate. When you add those two numbers together, you get about 28% or so of a reduction on the dollars coming out pre-tax. So that will be a great benefit for you as you're going through your benefit plan, making your elections, and could actually free up some additional dollars for either take-home pay or could free up some dollars for you to use to maybe participate in some insurance plans that you might want to take advantage of, but maybe thought that you couldn't just because of payroll limitations beforehand. So again, kudos to MyFit Foods for putting in that type of program for you on the payroll deduction side.